Sometimes the most unforgettable moments on television aren't planned. They don't come from winning answers or dramatic music cues. They arrive quietly, wrapped in honesty, and they leave everyone in the room feeling a little different than before. On this particular day, the chase looked just like it always does. Bright lights, quick wit, that familiar atmosphere of tension mixed with laughter. Bradley Walsh stood at the center of it all, doing what he does best, guiding the game with warmth, charm, and that unmistakable grin that makes contestants feel instantly at ease. But no one, absolutely no one, was prepared for what was about to unfold. The contestant stepped forward, calm on the outside, but carrying something far heavier beneath the surface. At first, it was business as usual, a few jokes, a playful exchange. Bradley cracked a light remark, drawing laughter from the audience. For a moment, it felt like any other episode. Then came the pause, that quiet pause that seems small but somehow fills the entire studio. The guest took a breath, smiled gently, and began to speak, not about strategy, not about winning, but about life, about love, about loss, about moments that change you forever. The words weren't dramatic. They didn't need to be. They were simple, honest, and deeply human. As the story unfolded, the atmosphere shifted. The playful buzz softened. The laughter faded into silence. Even the camera seemed to lean in, as if trying to listen more closely. Bradley Walsh, known for his quick comebacks and effortless humor, stood completely still. For once, he wasn't leading the moment. He was living in it. The guest spoke about someone they loved deeply, someone who had been their constant, through chaos, through joy, through ordinary days that suddenly felt extraordinary simply because they were shared. There were memories of small moments, shared jokes, quiet mornings, and the kind of love that doesn't ask for attention but leaves a permanent mark. It wasn't sad in a loud way. It was sad in a tender way. The kind of sadness that reminds you how precious connection really is. Bradley's expression changed. The smile he often wears softened, replaced by something far more vulnerable. His eyes reflected understanding, not as a host, but as a fellow human being. And that's when something beautiful happened. Instead of trying to move things along, instead of steering the moment back to the game, Bradley allowed space for truth, space for emotion, space for the kind of honesty that rarely finds its way onto a game show stage. There was no rush, no interruption, just listening. The contestant's voice wavered slightly, but there was strength in it. They spoke about carrying love forward, about honoring memories not through sadness but through courage, about showing up even when life doesn't feel fair. A gentle laugh slipped through the emotion, a self-aware, almost romantic chuckle about how love has a funny way of staying with us, even when we least expect it. That small moment of humor broke the tension just enough. Bradley responded with a smile that felt genuine and warm. A few light words followed, not to dismiss the emotion, but to embrace it, a reminder that laughter and tears often live side by side. The audience responded too, not with applause, but with quiet respect. It was one of those rare television moments where everything feels real. No scripts, no performances, just people. Bradley nodded, clearly moved, and in that nod was empathy, experience, and perhaps a reflection of his own journey, of love, resilience, and the strange way life surprises us when we least expect it. The game eventually continued, but something had changed. The questions still came, the competition remained fierce, but the energy was different, softer, richer, more meaningful. Bradley's jokes carried extra warmth, his encouragement felt deeper. Each smile seemed to say, "We're all human here." And that's why this moment resonated far beyond the studio walls, because it reminded viewers that behind the bright lights and fast-paced gameplay are real stories, real hearts, real lives unfolding in unexpected ways. It reminded us that strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet honesty spoken into a room full of strangers.
It reminded us that humor doesn't disappear in hard moments. It evolves. It becomes gentler, wiser, more profound. And perhaps most importantly, it reminded us that compassion still has a place on television. Bradley Walsh didn't need to say much. His reaction said everything. The way he listened, the way he responded, the way he allowed the moment to exist without rushing past it, that's what made this revelation unforgettable. Not because it was heartbreaking, but because it was human. And in a world that moves too fast, moments like these slow us down just enough to remember what really matters: love, connection, and the courage to speak your truth even under the brightest lights. As viewers, we didn't just watch a game show that day. We witnessed a reminder that kindness still wins. And sometimes, the most powerful answers aren't the ones on the board, but the ones spoken straight from the heart.